Take it very easy down here because I know for a fact there is quite a very sharp right hand bend. Well, just got round there. I doubt whether I'd have done that left-handed. Chris Kelly has very kindly given me some drills to work on for my slow riding skills, and very importantly I found somewhere locally where I can actually practice. Been looking for 6 months for a car park, big empty car park, and I finally found one. So now we're down in the Team Valley. We're going to cross the bridge. This is the Dinham Bridge, I think. And there's the castle, there's the river. Good job we didn't meet anybody coming the other way. Now the castle's on our left. So here we are, here's the castle. They hold several food festivals here every year, again well worth attending, well worth the trip, and again, in my humble opinion, I'll say one of the finest castles in England actually, worth a trip round, great views as well. The centre of Ludlow. The Castle Lodge Buttery there, you get a decent fry up there. Just met this gentleman, he's all the way from Holland. He's on his way up through Holyhead and into Ireland to meet his wife. Just had a nice chat with him. And then there's the market square over there. So it's not market day today, but they do a cracking good market actually in Ludlow. Come on a market day, so really good food and all kinds of things to look at. In my day, back in the early 1960s, that used to be a covered market. They've actually knocked it down now. But again, just a nice place to come. So we'll get back on the bike and we'll make our way south down the A49. Father asked you for a safe journey. Well, coming out of Ludlow now. Apparently there are quite a few bike parking places around here. They are free, but spaces can get congested on market days. Well, we're going to go through one of the old town gates here. Quite narrow actually. And we're going to depart Ludlow over what's called the Ludford Bridge. And those of you who are into history might have heard of one of the Wars of the Roses, the Battle of Ludford Bridge, which was fought just behind that pub actually. And there's the River Team. Very quiet now, but if you go on YouTube, find the films of when it floods up. It's quite spectacular. Right, so now back to the A49 and then down the A49 to Leominster. Nice day today, not too hot. When I was out with Dale in Wiltshire a couple of weeks back, as you probably see, the roads were actually melting, so you didn't really feel very confident about leaning the bike around corners. But today, no sign of that really, just a little bit of maybe residual burning from that time. Okay, so taking position. Extending above you around the left-hander. And here we rejoin the A49 and we're going to head south. Well, that's good. Right, so let's see what the A49's like as a biker road. Between Ludlow and the turn off for Worcester. Way to the lorry. And again. See the lorry over the hedge there, so I don't want to meet him on the corner. So we'll just tuck in a little bit. Coming down to 50. We'll do our following traffic. And we've got a left-hand junction up here, crossroads as well. Still got following. And we'll be coming into an NSL in about 100 yards. Yeah, I think it's Leominster, I think, where we turn off on the A49. Just go a little way cross country. Just through the lanes just for 2 or 3 miles. I shall use the A49 as an opportunity just to practice my long distance observation now. So again, I can see the road going a really decent view to the right where that white car is disappearing behind that hedge. And a nice sweeping bend. Open up, extend the view. So these are roads I haven't been on. These are new roads again. I think, as I've mentioned a few times on these films, I always find that when you're on new territory, you don't have any prior knowledge, local knowledge, then it's a great opportunity to actually test your methodology, see if it works. You know, things like your vanishing points and your observations and your positions and so forth. I can't really think about an overtake. I've only probably got 2 or 3 miles an hour to play with here, so we're making reasonable progress. I wouldn't say this traffic is holding me up really. Famous lost words. Ah. Let's keep extending that view. And just drop down to 30. A double white line system in place, so the hatchings are in place again. But again, only 2 miles now to play with on the speed limit, so I'll stay where I am. Little view across the through the fence there. Well, this is very pleasant, isn't it? It's a bit of a shame I'm stuck in a queue of traffic, but nice enough road. The guy behind's not great at keeping his distance, so I shall keep a comfortable buffer in front. And looks like there's a red car, a couple of cars back, who's edging for an overtake as well, so I'll better keep an eye open for him. Give way to the lorry. Tight little lane this. You can tell by the skid marks on the road that some people have been taken by surprise here. Trying to use the vanishing point now to determine whether I'm accelerating or decelerating. Maximising the view by taking the tightest safe position, but as I say, there is a little bit of gravel in that left hand margin. Just extending the view as much as safely as I can here. It's one of these little roads where the width changes every 2 minutes. Right, I can see a van coming. Well, spotted him up the road. Good little test of this. Everything's an examination of technique, isn't it? If you're riding properly. Perfect. Yeah, where I want to be. Exactly where I want to be. The A44. Now this is supposed to be quite a scenic route actually. This joins Leominster and Worcester, so I'm not going to go through the middle of Worcester, I'm going to try and skirt it. Lorry's on the wrong side of the road there. And we've got a tractor ahead. No following traffic. I was in two minds whether to go there, but I thought I could get through very quickly. I feel slightly guilty about that one. I wonder how many times we ask ourselves, should I, shouldn't I, on a ride like this. Lorry ahead, followed by a couple of cars. And out of the NSL into the 50, so we'll just check the mirrors. Looks like we're losing one of the cars, that's good. That's a milk wagon. We do now have following traffic, and he's caught me up quite quickly. That suggests he may want to overtake me as well. Right-hander, so let's move up, just have a look. Oh, no opportunity. So we'll drop back to the following position again. unless it's absolutely safe on this road, I'm not going to attempt an overtake. The curves seem to come quite thick and fast actually. Oh, that's good, we're losing the black car. Might give me a chance to have a crack at the milk wagon. And the milk wagon's being held up by two cars up ahead. I think probably the grey car. I think we can see the view where the road goes along by the side of the wood there all the way around. Now these are the kind of things I wouldn't have noticed 3 or 4 months ago. I think it was my IM6 session with Carl that alerted me to those really, and then Dale's encouraged me to look for those as well. We have one of these cars in front, this grey people wagon that goes 40 miles an hour everywhere, whether it's a 60, a motorway 70 or probably even a 30 in town. They just go 40 everywhere, just take an average. Yeah, have to drop back again. Going up the hill now, the milk wagon's lost his momentum. There was a farm track off to the right there, but again, felt slightly guilty about that, but I am through. From the lorry. Oh, this is nice. Slow, queues likely. Shaved off a couple of miles an hour there. Sixth gear for the first time in a while. I'm never quite sure when you want to overtake whether you should sort of maintain your higher gear and then drop down to a lower gear to overtake, or whether actually you should sort of hold in the lower gear so that you can actually move all that much faster. What do you think? I think where I am now, we're just skirting the Malvern Hills to our right hand side. We're now heading east again. So the Malvern Hills, I think, will be on our right hand side. Another beautiful area of the UK, if you know that part of the world. Back into the NSL. Yeah, we're definitely in the hinterland here of the Malvern Hills, no doubt about it. Corner comes up on you suddenly. Well, again, a better motorcyclist than myself would really enjoy those. I'm just trying to internalise Dale's encouragement, really, just to what he calls engage drive plus before you, and you're probably halfway, just maybe slightly before halfway around the bend, as long as you know where the bend is going and you can see that it's clear. If I've understood that right. Well, they come at you thick and fast here. So again, we can see where this one's going. Oh, bin lorry, please, please, please don't come out. Just keep my eye on him. Just acknowledge that. He'd got to come if he'd wanted to. Fifth gear feels about right here because the bends are coming quite, they are, for me, relatively sharp, and there's quite a lot of up and down. You maybe can't make it out on the video, but there's quite a bit of change in gradient. Okay, we've got a staggered junction here. Well, that was fun, definitely. Recommend that. A44. Leominster to Worcester. Across the river. Assuming that's the River Severn. Well, I think we're back into a 60 now, although if I'm honest I didn't see the change to the NSL. So I've got that information off the sat nav and I can't see any repeater signs for the 50s. See through the bend here. Oh, no, it looks like shade. Oh no, I thought that was going to be chippings then, because the road surface was grey, so that I was just going to give it a bit more oomph through that bend then, but wasn't sure if it was chippings or not. Now there are the Malvern Hills on the right hand side. Please excuse me while I keep my eyes on the road. Wow, look at these curves. Just keeps throwing them at you. I presume the local bikers are aware of these. Feels like a well-kept secret. Broad was. Never been here before. Well, I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed coming to Ludlow today, but this road is definitely worth the ride out. There's absolutely no doubt about it. The A44. It's the back to the bike seal of approval. So bear in mind this is a Tuesday. Don't know what it's like at the weekend. Big red wagon coming. Keep away from him. Other ridge. Add that to the list of places I haven't been before. I think we probably can't be far off the suburbs of Worcester now, actually. Oh, enjoyed that. A nice safe open bend for me to practice my power on. Right, so I think that's the end of the A44 now, on the basis that I'm coming into Worcester. But I enjoyed that. If any of you are sort of heading out from central England out to mid Wales, that might be a useful place to come. And we're just coming past Elgar's birthplace museum. How about that? Pomp and circumstance number one.